Hi, I'm Jennifer Norwood. Um, I am not a Mainer. I was born in New Jersey and I'm from the East Coast. I finished high school in North Carolina and then I went to Texas A&M at Galveston for the Texas Maritime Academy. I was there for 4 years and I graduated in 97 with a undergraduate degree in marine transportation and a U.S. Coast Guard unlimited tonnage third mate's license. After I graduated, I spent about 2 years ashore. I first worked as a ship chandler, handling supplies for ships coming in. I would take the orders and get provisions or supplies to the buyers, and then I would coordinate and schedule the ships for delivery and work with the shipping agents and the ship's captains. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It really kind of initially exposed me to a lot of the port workings and the sort of the coordination between the ship agents and the vessels. From there, I went into and began doing imports and exports for a company that was based originally out of New Jersey that moved to Texas. It was a company that liquefied bulk shipments in containers. So they had these bladders and they would fit in a container and then they would be shipped, put on ships and on trucks and on rail. I handle imports of wine and grape juices. The grape juices to California, the wines into and out of Canada, and wine out of California. I also dealt with imports from Italy, dealing with olive oil. So it was a lot of fun. I got to work with a lot of different parts of the kind of the logistics and supply chain. So it was really a great experience. I left there because I decided I wanted to go to sea and get my master's license while I was still young. So I started on a research vessel for a short period in the North Sea. Was really kind of a boring job for me, and other ships weren't really opening or available. So I began my career in '99 in September with the oil and gas industry. I started as a ballast control operator, third mate, and I worked my way up to captain and offshore installation manager. I spent probably about 14, 15 years in the offshore oil and gas. I also did a little time during that period as a director ashore for health, safety, environmental for Maersk. And I've been to multiple shipyards, started up new builds, dealt with dynamic positioning, and then did a lot of kind of budgeting and control procurement. So I got to see a lot and learn a lot. I also did some of my own projects, so that was pretty exciting. Got exposure to project management. And then from there in 2012 was a big year for me. I got married. I also retired from offshore. I decided, it was time. And less than a year later, my mom got sick, so I spent my time taking care of her. She was terminally ill. At the same time, I became a stepmother to 3 children who are now teenagers, 17, 13, and 12. So it's quite a experience to to have 3 teenagers at the same time. And then after that, I did my own consulting business for technical writing for the oil and gas. And I did that probably for about a year before the industry sort of took a nosedive, and that came almost to a screeching halt. At the same time, we were a little concerned about my husband's job. He is a Maine Maritime graduate of 95 and a chief engineer by trade, and he was doing project lead management for Chevron. And so that was kind of a good time for me to start. I'd always talked about going to Maine Maritime to work. So that was a great opportunity. I started Maine Maritime in January of 2016. And even though I'm a captain, I work as an instructor in the engineering department. I have a full load of teaching scheduled this semester. I'm doing 5 thermofluid classes and labs, and then 2 fluid power labs and one strength and materials lab. So it's kind of a full plate in addition to this class and the other master's class, the Intro to Logistics. So you ask, why is a captain teaching in the engineering department? For me, I was looking for the opportunity to get my foot in the door with Maine Maritime, and it was the only position open. At the time, it was a teaching assistant, lab assistant position. And with my background in dynamic positioning, my coordination and working with both electrical and engineering departments, I thought I might as well apply and see how it goes. And for me, it was great. I got the opportunity to join Maine Maritime. They decided to choose me as their best candidate, so I was pretty excited about that. And I look forward to the other opportunities and doors that might open. As far as my experience with finance and accounting, I haven't had any courses, so this will be new to me. I'm kind of excited. And it's why I chose my master's in the international logistics, is because I just love the topic and I love, really the shipping industry. I've always loved it from the moment I started as an undergraduate. I'd always planned to get my master's. It just was not, the timing was never right. So I decided now was the best time to do it. Additionally, I think it will open other doors for me at Maine Maritime. And so I look forward to that. As far as my favorite pursuits, I am a girl in love with the ocean. I live right by it. We live in South Blue Hill by the wharf. And if I can be on the water every day, I would. Some days I don't get to be there, but thankfully, because I live on it, I get to be right next to it. I love to sail. I love to swim and to paddleboard. I don't swim too much in the ocean anymore now that I can swim at the lake, but I love to boat, so it's a lot of fun. This past summer, my husband's job in April came to an end, so he began commercial lobstering, so I spent the better part of the summer, aside from doing master's classes, working as a steersman on his lobster boat for him, and we had a lot of fun. It was exciting. Kind of sad to see it end, but I'm sure next summer I'll get the same opportunities. And we got to enjoy that a lot. That was a lot of fun. My favorite pursuits, I really love to draw. I love to paint. I love to, spend time with my friends. I enjoy spending time with the kids. I kind of like the creative stuff. I also like being outdoors and hiking and just really going out and walking. Maine is so beautiful, so I really try to enjoy every aspect of it. As far as any other interesting parts of my life, I am a twin. I have a twin brother who technically is 2 minutes younger than me, although I am considered the baby of 5 children. So my siblings are kind of all over the place. Most of them are kind of in the South. I have a brother who's been back and forth between the UK and Texas, and luckily he's not in Texas right now. So with what's going on with them, please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Aside from that, I look forward to working with all of you, and I expect it to be a great semester. So thanks a lot. See you soon.